Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth, a women's health, embodiment, and empowerment coach, and my content is designed to help guide you through your healing journey with actionable and accessible guidance and resources. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that's on stress, since today you'd be hard pressed to find pretty much anyone who's not experiencing some level of it. But I'm going to narrow this topic down more so into something that might actually challenge what we've all been told, that venting helps you get it out. Because new research suggests that venting, especially when it's repetitive and solution free, might actually reinforce stress instead of lower it. And when I saw this, I thought we need to talk about this in a grounded way, not from a place of shame, not from a don't express your feelings place, but from a nervous system truth. Let's break it down, because the common thought process of, say, asking someone, do you need someone to just listen to you vent, or do you want guidance, isn't holding true anymore. According to the science, if you are just venting your stress and frustrations from life without having any desire to actually find solutions to your problems. And this is something that I actually 100% agree with, because personally, maybe it's one of the reasons why I became a coach, because my mind has actually always been geared towards trying to find solutions to problems so that they can be resolved. I never really understood why someone would have an awareness of knowing that there is a problem of some kind in some aspect of your life, or maybe in your business, but yet want to just leave it there unresolved, just hovering over your head like some storm cloud, following you around and constantly stressing you out. Venting doesn't solve a problem, it just rehashes it. And as far as universal concepts go, when we complain about whatever our circumstances are, as difficult as they may be, we are only just reinforcing to the universe that we are basically a victim of our circumstances. And there are no victims here. We are powerful creators, more so than most humans can even begin to comprehend at this point in our evolution. And our outer reality is a mere direct reflection of our inner reality. That's why inner healing is so important. You have to know what's going on a deeper, unhealed level inside of you to understand how that's a reflection of what you're experiencing in your physical reality. And believe me, I say this with the utmost empathy, because I once had these same behavior patterns, and it did absolutely nothing but keep me repeating the same cycles and the same lessons until I desperately didn't want to keep going through in my life for years. But until we become aware of our patterns and where they are coming from at the root, can we then begin to shift them and enter into our next more positive personal cycle of our evolution in this lifetime. Now let's talk about what the research actually says. There's a long-standing psychological concept called rumination. Rumination is when we repeatedly replay problems, frustrations, or negative emotions without moving towards resolution. Research in neuroscience and psychology, including studies published in Clinical Psychology Review and work done by Dr. Susan Nolan Hokusima, apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I butcher names, shows that rumination increases stress, it prolongs depressive symptoms, and it strengthens negative emotional pathways in the brain. In simple terms, the brain learns through repetition. So when you repeatedly rehearse feelings of anger, frustration, or fear without resolution, you are just strengthening those neural circuits. Another study in psychoneuroendocrinology found that repetitive negative thinking is associated with elevated cortisol levels, our primary stress hormone. Cortisol itself isn't bad, but chronic elevation of it can affect things like your sleep, your digestion, your immunity, your mood regulation, your cognitive clarity, which is why you may feel worse after getting it out. You might feel validated emotionally in the moment, yes, but biologically, your system is still activated. So let's be clear. Expression is healthy. Suppression is not the goal. But there is a difference between expressing to process and rehearsing to reinforce. When we vent without grounding, perspective, or movement towards a solution, we're often activating the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight. Your body doesn't know that you're just talking, it hears threat, unfairness, danger, conflict, and it responds accordingly. Your heart rate increases, your cortisol levels rise, muscles can tense, digestion will slow, and if this becomes a daily pattern for you, your nervous system can start to default there. So now let's dive into the spiritual layer of this. Energetically, whatever you rehearse, you amplify. Attention is fuel, as the saying goes, where attention goes, energy flows. The more attention we give to the problem without anchoring into a solution for it and regulation, the more our nervous system encodes it as something urgent. And in 2020 especially, which is shaping up astrologically as a year of accelerated collective change, our nervous systems need resilience right now. This is not the year to reinforce stress pathways. It's the year to build regulation capacity, because change is coming whether we're ready for it or not. And the difference between collapse and expansion is nervous system strength. So what should we do instead? We don't stop talking, we change how we talk. So here's what the research and nervous system science suggests is more regulating for you. Number one, you can try to vent with a container. Instead of open-ended venting, try this. Say, I need 5 minutes to express this, and then I want help shifting. Time-bound expression prevents rumination loops. Studies on emotional labeling, like research done by Dr. Matthew Lieberman at UCLA, shows that simply naming emotions like I feel angry reduces amygdala activation. The terminology, though, is very important there. We want to use the terms I feel language versus I am, so we are not identifying ourselves with that emotion. Name it, don't rehearse it endlessly. Number two, shift from problem to process. After expressing yourself, ask, what do I need right now? What is one small action that I can take? What part of this is within my control? We are never powerless, even though we may feel that way at times. Problem solving activates the prefrontal cortex, the rational brain, which helps calm the threat response. When you move towards agency and authority, cortisol decreases. Number three, regulate before you analyze. This is huge. If your body is activated, problem solving won't land. Regulate first. A long exhale, breathing exercise. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, exhale for a count of 8. Cold water on the face, gentle rocking or intuitive movement, humming or singing. Step outside into natural light. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly in a few moments of stillness. Safety first, solutions second is the goal. Number 4, seek perspective, not just validation. Validation may feel good, but perspective creates relief. When you talk to someone, try this shift. Instead of saying, tell me I'm right, try, help me see this differently. And even better, help me find a solution. Cognitive reframing has strong research backing in cognitive behavioral therapy for lowering stress and interrupting negative thought loops. Number 5, reduce repetition. If you've been told the same story 5 times and feel worse each time, then that's data. The nervous system doesn't need repetition, it needs resolution or integration. So ask yourself, am I processing or am I looping? Be honest with yourself. That's where positive change happens, through awareness. Let's next discuss what regulation actually feels like. Regulation doesn't mean no stress. Stress will always be a part of life, unfortunately. It's how we handle it that matters. Regulation means if you feel activated, but you can come back to center. You express emotion, but you don't spiral. You solve instead of ruminate. You move instead of freeze. It feels like spaciousness, calm, clarity, less urgency. This research doesn't mean stay silent. Internalizing your emotions and not expressing them is harmful on all levels. It does mean to express with intention, though. Your nervous system learns through repetition and routine. So instead of rehearsing threat, rehearse safety. Instead of reinforcing stress, strengthen regulation. In a year where the collective is shifting rapidly, your greatest asset won't be productivity. It will be nervous system resilience. Talk, but talk in a way that moves you towards clarity. Feel, but feel in a way that allows energy to move, not stagnate. And remember, relief doesn't come from repeating the problem. It comes from regulation, connection, and meaningful change. And if this resonated with you today, then let me know in the comments below. Have you ever felt worse after venting? Does this sound like something you might be willing to try to see if it helps? And if you want more tools for nervous system resilience this year, then subscribe to the channel. We're building a regulation capacity together here. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and comments. I'm truly grateful to be able to support you in your healing journey during this rapidly changing time for our collective. This is literally my mission in this lifetime. And if you're looking for more guidance and support at this time, then check out the comment section below and the description box for other helpful resources that I've left for you. This is your weekly reminder to do something today that brings you joy. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.